The Absa Cape Epic is the toughest and most prestigious mountain bike stage race in the world. The route changes every year, winding through the rugged terrain of the most beautiful trails the Western Cape of South Africa has to offer. This year it sees 530 teams of 2 from 48 nations tackling 681 kilometres and climbing almost 17,000 metres. Today's stage 1 of 7 starts and finishes in Lawrenceford Wine Estate and enjoys the surrounding hills of Somerset West. Stage 1 of the Absa Cape Epic is traditionally tough and this year has been declared the Queen Stage. The bare numbers sit at 92 kilometres with 2,850 metres of climbing, the highest of this year's route. After a relatively short prologue, things are being turned up a notch as the race properly gets underway. The route heads through the playful single track at Helderberg and Dornier trails before heading to the crux of the day, the brutal saddle climb. On the start line we see prologue winners Toyota 91 Specialized Matt Beers and Chris Blevins wearing the yellow Zebra Leaders jerseys of the men's elite category. Team Canyon Northwave MTB, Andreas Servolt and Martin Storsek have a close eye on them in third place by just over a minute. As the gun goes for the first stage of the 18th Absa Cape Epic, the elite men leave Lawrenceford Wine Estate, heading off into the rocky hills of Somerset West. It is another hot day with boiling temperatures set to reach 44 degrees Celsius. In the women's elite category, Team BMC MTB, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot and Robin de Groot are in the orange Zebra Leaders jerseys and ready to tackle the day. 91 Songo Specialized Hayley Batten and Sofia Gomez-Villafan are among the favourites on the first marathon stage of the race. The start gun goes and the women's pro category heads off into the wilderness on the first stage of the 2022 Absa Cape Epic. It's going to be a long, tough and dusty day in the saddle. Again, bad luck for Team Scott SRAM. The 2019 Absa Cape Epic winners, Nino Schurter and his partner Lars Forster, suffer technical problems, and the chasing back and forth takes its toll on Forster. They finish more than 5 minutes behind the winners. Prologue winners Toyota 91 Specialized cannot build on yesterday's stellar performance. Matt Beers suffers today and as a shocker, his partner Chris Blevins, the world short track champion, carries him through the challenging day. The South African-American duo lose their yellow jerseys and are now 8 minutes and 14 seconds behind the stage winners in the GC. After the first monster climb of the day, known as the King's Climb, Team Buff Megamo take to the front and push the pace. Dutch champion Hans Becking and Portuguese teammate José Dias can't shake the entire pack, but the cracks start to show. The only team that stay with them are Canyon Northwave, with the world number 1 and 2 Andreas Servolt and Martin Storsek. By the time they reach the summit of the saddle climb at 53 kilometres, they find themselves alone at the head of the race. Over the next 20 kilometres, Team Canyon slowly inch away from the chasing Buff Megamo. World champion Andreas Servolt sees the opportunity and exploits it. He puts his foot to the floor and through the Somerset West trails he and Storsek put even more time into the rest of the field. Andreas Servolt and Martin Storsek cross the line in just under 4 hours and take stage 1 of the Absa Cape Epic. A commanding ride for Team Canyon Northwave MTB, the pair now leads the overall classification. Team Buff Megamo with Hans Becking and José Dias rode the 2021 Cape Epic together and managed a podium finish on the GC. They roll into Lawrenceford Wine Estate 3 minutes and 23 seconds behind the leaders. Third place goes to Willia Pirelli with Fabian Ravensteiner and Wout Allemann. Their first podium finish of the race just 26 seconds behind second place. The men's podium sees Team Willia Pirelli in third, ahead of Team Buff Megamo in second. The undisputed winners of the day are Canyon Northwave MTB, who also take over the yellow leaders jerseys ahead of tomorrow's transition stage 2. The women set off at a blistering pace and charge up the first climb. The only noticeable team missing are Simtech ZA, with Ariane Luthi and Amy Wakefield. They pace themselves and leave Faces, 91 Songo Specialized and BMC to battle it out. Candice Lill and Mariska Strauss from Team Faces Roller set the tempo, and the Western Cape trails take their toll on the orange jersey. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot is the most decorated rider in the field, and even she is feeling the challenges of the Cape Epic. Teammate Robin de Groot is there to support, but it looks like the leader's jersey will change hands. Specialized takes the lead, but they pay the price for their early efforts. Simtek catch them on the saddle climb. Amy Wakefield closes in on Hayley Batten and Ariane Luthi slides past Sofia Gomez-Villafan to put them into the lead for the first time. Disaster strikes on the rough downhill. Luthi gets a puncture. They quickly plug the hole and reinflate the tyre, only losing a minute, but are overtaken by 91 Songo Specialized. Winners of today's Queen Stage in the CM.com women's category are Sofia Gomez-Villafan and Hayley Batten of Team 91 Songo Specialized in a time of 4 hours and 50 minutes. After a strong and smart day in the saddle, it is Ariane Luthi and Amy Wakefield from Simtek ZA across the line 49 seconds later, taking second place. 2 minutes later, the South African pair, Team Faces roller, Candice Lill and Mariska Strauss, come in third and defend the African leader jersey. A second consecutive podium for the best African women's team, Faces roller in third. Second on today's Queen Stage, the Swiss-South African pair of Simtek ZA. And on top of today's podium, 91 Songo Specialized. Sofia Gomez-Villafan and Hayley Batten are now in the overall lead, wearing the orange Zebra Leaders jerseys tomorrow.